James, it's good to see you back here on the Will Cain Show, dressed once again in your LSU purple. Congratulations, by the way. You'll be taking on the Texas A&M Aggies tomorrow. We'll see you in the SEC championship game. But let's start out, James, where I'm afraid won't be quite as friendly as the baseball diamond, and that is who's to blame. You were deceived, James. I was deceived. The American people were deceived. And the question is, who's to blame?
Well, I don't think I was deceived. I was too old. I said it for 2-3 years before he ran for re-election. So don't throw me in that basket, okay?
Well, when I say, James, when I say you were deceived, I just say, when I mean you're deceived, you're a member of the American public, and you may have had some foresight. You may even had seen some things behind the scenes, and I'd be curious for you to share that with us if you did see things behind the scenes. But the American people were deceived.
I didn't see anything behind the scene. I could tell. I'm 80 years old. I know. Unlike most people, I know what the job entails. It's not a job for 80-year-olds. And by the way, this president's going to be 81 when he finishes his term. So I thought from day one, 80% of the people in the United States thought he was too old to run for re-election. I mean, I'm only one. You can't be that smart if you're 4/5 of the country. Yeah. You're following the masses, but. Yes, he was too old, and yes, they tried to hide the effects of age from people. That's utterly apparent to any fool.
And his decline was apparent, and I appreciate your common sense and ability to notice and tell the truth. And I do know, James, that you did bring that up prior to 2025, like so many Democrats who have seen the light in the past month. But I don't think that simply ascribing this to age is quite fair. You just said you're 80, James. You're sharp. You're sharp. When I have to debate you or I'm preparing to have you on the show, I got to be ready. I'm not just buttering you up. I know. I never know. You're a wild card. Where are you going to take the conversation? And the current president, by the way, is full of energy. So the real issue isn't age. It's what was going on inside of Biden's brain and what was going on with his health and his body. And that was kept from us for someone's power.
Well, first of all, I'm okay today. You know, check with me in 48 hours. I'm not so stupid that I don't know that when you get old that things happen to you not in a good way. And I was saying this since 2022. All right, I think it was a big mistake for him to say he was running for re-election. And I said it at the time, and I will say it now, and I will say it a 1,000 times. And I think that Jake in those book, I mean, it was a good book, but to me, it was a water's wet book. Like I said, 80% of the country. I'll never forget, in May of 2023, to be exact, I saw a Washington Post ABC poll, and I went, this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. And it never changed. And I did everything I possibly knew how to say, man, please don't do this. This is just a terrible idea. I don't know if it's, if it's a staff or if it's the family or who it is, but whatever it was just a colossal mistake. And I, till this day, fervently believe, there's no way that we can prove it, that had he dropped out in 2023, I think the Democrats would, I think it cost us the presidency. I mean, as it was, we had every disaster that you could have for a political party. And as I've said before, you can understand this. We played our 7th-string quarterback in the Super Bowl and came within a point and a half. Supposed to have played the 3rd-string quarterback. We'd have done pretty damn good, huh?
Was that Kamala? I don't know who that. You and I continue to have our debate about who's in that deep Democrat bullpen. It's the biggest mystery in politics, but I look forward to seeing them come out and get to the mound.
You're going to see them soon, and there's going to be a lot of them, I promise you.
Can't wait to. By the way, note to my producers, can we book James in 48 hours when he has a down day? Because I haven't yet seen it. But, James, I do want to say, I do have to press you on this. You've been inside of a White House, and there's a serious angle to this conversation. I mean it. The American people were deceived, okay? I don't know who did the deception, but I know they did it for the maintenance of power. They thought, either because they thought Donald Trump would be in jail, as reported in that book, or they thought Joe Biden could limp across the finish line, they thought they could retain power. And I want to know who they is. I want to know, is it Mike Donilon? Is it Jill Biden? Is it Hunter Biden? Is it Ron Klain? And you've been inside of a White House. So who's the puppeteer ensuring they stayed in power?
Right. Well, I wasn't inside this White House. It's a bit like saying you've been inside a bedroom, so you know what happens in every bedroom. Well, I don't. I know what happens in my own. But But I think history is never going to let this go, nor should it.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.